Welcome to the Seedcast. I'm Jantavius Jones with Seed Community Enrichment. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and today I have my good friend Brandon Green with us today.
Hey, thanks for inviting me, man.
No problem. Me and Brandon went back. We go back to actually middle school.
Middle school, yep. County
County
Road
Road
Middle
Middle
School.
School. Yeah. Went to high school together. Then he went out to Fort Valley State University, played football, got his undergrad degree in criminal justice. Now he's working as a police officer. I got him here to ask him a few questions. All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Like you said, like you already told the audience, we go way back, man. We go back middle school. I still remember. I think we had, what was it? Honors algebra.
Yeah.
I think so. I remember it was a math class.
Miss Alex or something, a blonde lady
Yep,
who in the
yep,
back.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember that, man. I remember the middle school days, man. You and your mom, y'all stayed over there in Amblewood after school. We'll go over there. It was a little path back there.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember we used to walk through the path. Oh, yeah, man, that was a good times, man.
Yeah. I blocked it off now. Like after I finished grad school, I came back home. Like there was a whole bunch of shrubs, vines, and all that. I just destroyed it, cut down some trees, threw it back. I blocked the path off. Now nobody don't walk back.
Put an end to it.
Yeah, it's like I got my use out of it. I lived here. Me and my
Yeah.
friends used it. But yeah. Yep.
Right. But nah, man, I appreciate you inviting me, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. Good dude. Figure you got some good information for us, so I thought I'd just invite you, ask you some
Oh,
questions.
yeah, man. I'm ready to get into it, man.
All right. So, how long have you been in law enforcement?
So I've been with Clayton County Police Department for 6 years now. I joined back in 2019. Yep. Started in 2019, finished the academy. When I got on the road, I got on the road like December of 2019.
Okay.
Yep.
How do you like being in law enforcement?
Oh man, I love it, man. It's a different perspective. I love it, but if I'm being honest here, I gotta say like working in Clayton County is what I love, just because it's a bigger county. It's a lot more stuff going on. Also within the department, you got a lot of opportunities to move up, different chances to join specialized units and all that. So I don't know about if I would like a smaller department as much.
Okay. And then I hear a lot of bad things about Griffin.
Mhm.
I hear a lot of bad things about Clayton County. Is it as bad as people say it is?
So what you gotta understand is anywhere out in the world you're gonna have good and bad, right? The main difference be just the population wise, right? So honestly, my opinion, both of them have bad things, right? But with Clayton it's gonna be more of a population, so it may be more. Griffin is just as bad too. But one thing about Griffin, I love my city though, man.
Me too.
Yeah, it's what raised me, man. Raised me to the man I am today, man. But yeah, man. Anywhere you go, man, you're gonna have this cons to it.
Yeah. And I went to Clayton State for my undergrad after I left Southern Crescent. It wasn't that bad. There was a moment when I was on campus, I used to tutor people. And I think I was walking to like the academic support building. I heard gunshots and somebody got murdered. I was like, I'm glad I didn't go over there today. And like I had to go to that side to like fill out paperwork. Like there were apartments there and there was this school administrative building. I was like, I was just over there. I'm glad that didn't happen yesterday.
Oh yeah, man. And then within Clayton County, see, growing up in Griffin's Spalding County, right? So Griffin is the only city in Spalding County. Well, in Clayton, you got different cities within Clayton, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Clayton State University, it's in Lake City, right?
Maybe. I think when I put it in my GPS, it said Morrow.
Morrow. Yeah. So it's in Morrow. So Morrow's another borough inside of Clayton County. So you got Lake City, Morrow, Lovejoy, Stockbridge, Riverdale, Jonesboro, Forest Park, and some of those are kind of like on the borderline, like Hampton. You got some parts of Hampton that's in Clayton, and then you got some of it that's also in Henry County. Same thing with Stockbridge as well.
Oh, I was just about to say. Taught me something new.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Hmm, cool. And what would you say has been the most challenging part for you about being a police officer?
Um, I would say the most challenging thing about being a police officer is knowing how to compartmentalize work and personal life, right? Um, I try not to bring work home, right? It's a stressful job, so I don't want my work life to dictate my emotions, my mental, and all that. It can be hard, but once you know how to like compartmentalize and kind of like separate the two, it's like clockwork.
Okay. How long did it take you to get to that point where you could do that?
Um, at first it's hard, right? So I would say once you get certain type calls and certain things you go through in the job, you have to go through that first, right? Once you experience that, then you kind of know how to maneuver and compartmentalize different things. So I say with me personally, probably took me probably about like a year, maybe about a year.
Okay. That's what's up. I think within social work, you also have to kind of learn how to set those boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this profession, you see people making $30,000 a year. Like you're not doing it for the money; you're doing it to help people, and kind of
Right.
separating that. And yeah, none of us should really be taking work home and leaving the stuff I deal with. Not that it compares to what you deal with, but I take on other people's stuff like you do too.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving that at home and make sure you're okay.
Oh yeah, man. No matter what you do, man, you got to know how to compartmentalize all that, man. Cause nobody, like, when you think of home, that's supposed to be like your safe place, right? So you never want to bring like stress from work home, cause like I say, your home supposed to be like your safe place.
Okay. And did you learn any of that in school too, or you learned it when you got on the job?
Um, Mainly when I got on the job. When I was in school, it's kind of one of those things where you you don't figure out until you're actually going through it. So when I was in school, honestly, that wasn't even on my mind because honestly, like being a cop wasn't necessarily number one on my list.
Okay. What was?
So initially, I went to Fort Valley State University. I knew I was gonna major in criminal justice just because like the field is so broad, right? Like it's not one specific thing in criminal justice. It goes hand in hand. Like with social work, we work hand in hand with social work, right? So it goes hand in hand. I initially wanted to be an attorney.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be an attorney, but after a while, I ended up having a child like my senior year in school. So I kind of wanted to be there more for her and start getting into the workforce and making money. So, if I wanted to be an attorney, I would have had to do more years in school. Take the bar exam. Um, it would I would have had a prolonged path, right? But also too, what helped me become a cop was um, I did an intern with Fort Valley Police Department with the Criminal Investigation Unit, and it just gave me a different perspective of things, right? So, like I said, I was with the Criminal Investigation Unit, so my intern wasn't with like the street level cops; it was with the detectives, right? So it's a different type of job description and responsibility. So it's more so, you figuring out stuff, building up cases, following up on a lot of things. So it's like you use your mind more than your muscle, right? And growing up, I always like using my mind, right? Like we already discussed, we had honor classes in middle school and high school. So I was always like using my mind. So I always been more of a chess player than a checkers player. So I enjoyed my intern, man. It was a great experience for me.
Okay. Cool. I didn't know you wanted to be a lawyer. Like, what kind of law were you thinking of practicing?
It was gonna be in the criminal law.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it
within
been
the same realm.
yeah, the same realm.
On the defense side or like an attorney?
Ah man, you know what? By the time I realized which side I wanted to be on, I don't think I ever really picked the side.
Okay.
But it's definitely two different sides. You can be a prosecutor, you can be a defender.
One has more funding than the other one does, and they both work for the city and the state or whatever. It's
Right,
crazy.
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I ain't know about you, man. Thank you for sharing.
No problem, man.
Right. What is the most rewarding part about being a police officer for you?
For me, uh, I would say just knowing the fact that I was able to either save someone or help someone in a situation, right? Working in Clayton, we see a lot of stuff, right? So, I'm not talking about little small time crimes, but like major crimes, right? Like it's rewarding to know that you could have saved this person's life, or even on the mental health side of things, like not too many people are familiar with the realm of mental health, right? Um, a lot of parents, they'll have kids that have like mental health issues, right? And what I realized working over the years is people people really don't know how to handle it, right? And I'm talking about the parents, not the actual child. So when they're having an episode, they don't know how to respond. They don't know how to calm the child. They don't understand what triggers their child. So any type of thing where I come across a parent that's like reaching out for help, saying their child's diagnosed with X Y Z, you know, we have training throughout the year. We don't have as much training as y'all, but they still have us do mandatory training on mental health and how to interact with people with mental health. So I try to give my insights. I keep a victim notification form on me at all times. So just to let people know, like there are resources out there, right? And a lot of people, it's not the fact that they don't want to help. It's just that they don't know. So anytime I can like provide different resources to people, try to calm situations down, help them out with whatever uh, mental health issues they're going through, and it's rewarding.
Okay, that's awesome. And speaking of mental health, does Clayton County have a co-responder program where clinicians go out with you guys to calls? Not necessarily you, but one of
Yeah,
the
so
departments.
we do. We do have a mental health social worker, right? And they do. We have partnership with different things depending on what it is. Like I say, that victims notification form. They do their best to like try to give all us officers like copies of those so we can pass them out. So we have a lot of different partnerships with different people.
Okay. And I almost became a co-responder back when I was working at a community service board in Conyers. Like my friend was the team lead. I went on the call with her. I was like, I'm good. I don't think I can.
Hey man, it's different, man. Like cause we work hand in hand. Like the mental behaviorists, when they respond to certain things, sometimes they'll call us out just to like stand by. Like not every time they call us out is something bad, but just for like safety cautious, right? Because anything can go south just like that. So you always want to be safe than sorry. But yeah, man, it's different. It's different, man.
Okay, okay. And for you, outside of kind of compartmentalizing things, how else do you cope with what you deal with? What do you do for fun to kind of get your mind off work?
So for me, it goes back to what I was saying, like how home's supposed to be a safe place. So first thing I'm gonna need a safe place for me to go, right? Like different things I've been through over the years. Like once I leave work and I come home, the fact that it's like peaceful there and quiet, um, it helps me to decompose, right? Because it's gonna be hard to decompose when you're leaving one chaos spot and you going home to another chaos spot, right? So me, I'm not married, I'm single. So all I have is me. And I'm not glorifying that because, it can be hard because if you're going through stuff and all you have is just you, it's hard to deal with. But I do have a good support system though. Also at the job, they provide us like with a peer support system. So if anything happens, like major stuff going on, they have like a peer support system that we can always reach out to. Um, but yeah, man, I just try to compartmentalize things, right? So if I'm going through a dark time, depressive thing at work, I try to use my personal life to kind of overact the good with the bad. So whether it's friends going out having a good time, just having someone just to talk to. I probably say it's probably the most important thing. Just always have someone that you can talk to. You know.
Cool. And the biggest question I got for you: is there a quota for like speeding tickets? Can
Oh
you tell
man.
us?
Oh man. So I don't know. I've always heard that myth, right?
Okay.
And I never know where it came from.
Okay.
But no, there is no quota. We don't get no bonuses for how many tickets we write. If that was a real thing, I'm pretty sure a lot of folks would be happy in law enforcement business. But no, there's no quota. Um, Sometimes we'll get stuff put out in roll call to where we need to have higher police presence in certain areas to help deter crime from certain areas. But as far as a quota, no, we don't have no quota.
Okay. I think I actually got my first speeding ticket in Clayton County when I was going to take a final exam. I don't think I was going as fast as they said I was going, but I had to go take my test, so I didn't argue. I just took the ticket.
Hey man, they be out there. They be lurking, man.
Yeah. The car in front of me was going 10. There's no way I went from like 10 to 60. Don't make no sense, but okay. I digress. I just wanted to ask that question. Okay. So for you, being a black man in law enforcement, like what was it like for you during the height of Black Lives Matter and all that stuff?
Um, so around that time, I was like newly into law enforcement, right? So my perspective of it may be different from an officer that been in since like early 2000s. But for me, um, it's pros and cons with it, you know. Um, but what I will say is, working in Clayton, overall, the county they love law enforcement,
Okay.
right? Because the thing is, you do need that tight structure in this world, right? Yes, you're gonna have good cops, bad cops. You're gonna have a few bad apples, but majority wise, you need the police presence. Um, it was kind of difficult, but like my people around me, they know who I am. I've never changed. I'm still the same guy. So, I'm a good cop. So I didn't really receive backlash from it. But what I say what that movement kind of affected, it did kind of affect officers in the field from working because it make officers think too much instead of just doing their job, right? Because so many officers like, oh, I don't want to do nothing that could get me in trouble. Oh, I don't want no complaint, and that's what it is. Some officers be looking at the fact of being complained on, and everybody's in this field because they're trying to provide for their family. So nobody wants to be like on the back end of that. But that can be a dangerous thing though, because if you're out there in the field and you're second guessing yourself, you know, that's not really good for anybody. But yeah, it kind of affected the way policing was done. But one good thing about our department is they're highly on training, provide more training. So they provide us with more training, like community policing, right? That helps out a lot of us with, because a lot of times when it comes to policing and the community, I feel like it's just like a misunderstanding,
Okay.
right? So once that bridge is kind of like connected, I think we will be able to understand the community more, and the community will be able to understand us more.
Okay. Cool. And for you, being like new into the field, did any of that affect your perception of law enforcement, or did you know like who you were and what you were meant to do going into it?
So for me, I've always been solidified in the person I am, So it didn't really change me. It did give me a different perspective about like what the law enforcement side has to go through. But like growing up as a black man, a lot of moms, they worry about their sons being out late. They don't want nothing bad, any negative police interactions. So I get that side as well. But um, I I came into the field solidified in the guy that I am. So that's never really gonna change. It's just never really gonna change.
Okay, that's what's up, man. And you remember our school safety resource officer in at Griffin High?
Oh man, what was his name? Can't remember. I don't even remember his name.
Me either. But I do know, like, I didn't get my driver's license until I was 18. They want to drive. But first time going out after getting my license, me and some of my friends went to Stonecrest. And coming back, it was nighttime. I ain't never been pulled over before. I see some lights. I thought it was an ambulance, so I slowed down. I didn't stop. I didn't know what I was doing. But it turns out it was our safety resource officer. He pulled us over, and he was like, somebody was in the back, and their head was nodding. He's like, "Oh, I thought you guys were smoking weed." It's like, "No, we don't do that." And my truck didn't open. No, I think it was also it was my trunk and like my front seat didn't open. He's like, "We finna get in this truck and see what's going on." He fixed it, but he thought we had marijuana. He was like, "We almost started shooting at you." It's like, "Oh, I didn't know what was happening." I was like, "That's some pretty big escalation."
It escalated real fast.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because I know I wasn't doing nothing wrong, but
Right.
it did concern my mom. I think that was after maybe Trayvon Martin. After that, she was worried about me. It's like I knew I was okay.
Oh yeah, man, and it can be scary, man. And like I said, I understand the parents, like concerns because you never know. Um, but what I would encourage everybody to do is just, like get familiar with the laws, know like what officers can do and what they can't do.
Okay.
You know, so that just be the main thing because a lot of times with police and citizen interaction, um, I get people, they may not even be doing nothing right, so they feel like this officer has no reason to pull me over. But in order for an officer to pull you over, he has to have articulable, reasonable suspicion,
Okay.
and to be able to even give you a citation, he has to have probable cause. So, just it's just the interaction that I think people kind of like, can get familiarized, both law enforcement and community. Like I say, all that goes in with like community policing.
Okay. Yeah. And I think when he pulled us over, I was like, "Yeah, my tail lights out." And when he left, it's
See,
like,
there
"Yeah,
it is.
gave me a warning."
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah.
And that's what happens a lot of times, right? A lot of times it'll be that one thing that gives them, you know, the suspicion or probable cause to pull you over. And then in the less fortunate events, it goes from a tail light to other things being found within the investigation.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. And speaking of parenthood, what has it been like for you being a single father?
Oh man, I love being a parent, man. My daughter, she's turning 10 in August. Oh man, I don't know what it is. She just looks to me like a superhero or something, man. But I love being a parent, man. Um, One thing that I say I know is being a father is that, and what it's taught me is, you know, um, before I had any kid, it was just me, right? So I'm not gonna say like I was selfish, but I didn't have to make like certain sacrifices at certain times. But now that you got a child, it's like you gotta make certain sacrifices. You gotta get stuff done, right? Like life happens, life throws a curveball at you at any second. So having a child, something needs to be done. You got to figure it out as a parent, and having a child is rewarding. One of the things that I enjoy with my daughter is seeing her grow up through the years and developing her own personality. She has like a mixture of me and her mom, so I enjoy like seeing that.
Okay. And what's the most challenging part about parenthood for you?
Um, like I say it's like going from the where you only have to worry about yourself to now you have a whole child out here to worry about, right? So if you got like this trip coming up in August, you thinking you and your friends y'all gonna go out, we're gonna save up some money, we're gonna spend this and that, but something may happen, your child may need dental work or something, right? So now you're gonna have to sacrifice that money that you was gonna use on that to like spend on your child, make sure your child's taken care of and stuff like that. Um, but overall though, man, I love parenthood, man. I actually want more kids.
Okay. How many?
Uh, See, at first, before I had my first one, I always said I wanted four. I always wanted a big family. Growing up, it was just me and my sister. But both my mom and dad, both of them had 10 brothers and sisters. My mom had 10 brothers and sisters. My dad had 10 brothers and sisters. So
Wow.
yeah, we come from a big family, and growing up, it was just me and me and my sister just by ourselves, so it was kind of small. But I always used to say I want two boys and two girls, but I think I'll settle for three kids now. As long as I have a son, I gotta get a son.
Okay, okay. And funny story, we've known each other since middle school. I've never met this man's sister.
You never met my sister
No,
before?
I've never met your sister.
I thought you met her before.
I don't think so.
See, my sister's 4 years older than me, so it's probably when we went to high school, she was going to college. So that's probably why.
And we went to that Braves game that one time, but I don't think she was there either.
Yeah, no, I don't think she was there.
Yeah. So the mystery sister. I've heard tell of her, never seen her. Yeah. I think I saw her on Facebook one time. She commented on one of your posts. Like, oh, that's BG's sister.
Oh yeah. She on Facebook. She on Facebook.
Okay. You got any nieces and nephews?
No. My sister doesn't have any kids. So all we have is just the new addition of my daughter.
Okay. Okay. Trying to make the Green family bigger.
Hey man, we gotta make it big.
Okay. Now, you looking? You single and looking?
Currently I am single. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm looking, but if it comes along, it comes along.
Okay.
I feel like what's for you will come along. You ain't gotta try too hard to look for it. But I am open. I am open to it.
Okay. Where can people find you, man?
Well, right now I'm staying in the Lovejoy area. I still be here in Griffin. From time to time, my parents still stay here. I'm also on social media. Instagram is at bgreen_10. I'm also on Facebook as well.
Okay. Cool. You got any kind of projects or things you're working on you want to let people know about?
As far as projects, not really. Oh, there is something in my home that I'm trying to do.
Okay.
In my home, I want to take up my living room carpet.
Okay.
Right? I need to get hard floors. I have a Doberman. His name is Kobe, and he just be tracking up that carpet. So my next project is probably going to be to take up my living room carpet.
Okay. The joys of being an adult.
Hey man, it's a different type of joy. It's
True.
You hate it, but you love it at the same time.
I do love the independence and making my own choices. It's good. Okay. And then for you, before I let you go, how have your parents affected you as a parent? Like, what did you take from them into being a father?
Oh man, shout out to my parents, man. My parents, A1, man. They provided structure in me at a young age. My parents, they still married. They've been married over 35 years now. But yeah, they provided structure for me growing up. One thing that I feel like was important that I got from them was they taught me how to deal with constructive criticism. That's something that too many people don't really pay attention to in today's world. And I feel like it's important that you get installed that at a young age, right? Part of that goes into constructive criticism is also being know how to respect different authority figures, right? Whether it's your teacher, your coach. Also, growing up, I played sports, so I had to have other adults giving me instructions, and I have to hear what they saying, respect them as well. So my parents always told me anybody that's in like authoritative position, they don't mean you no harm. They only want what's best for you, so you should be able to listen and respect them. So that stuck with me through the years. Like even now, if I do anything wrong, my friends, mentors, parents, even though I'm a grown man now, I can still take constructive criticism. And constructive criticism, it isn't meant to feel like somebody's attacking you. That's the difference between someone getting on you and someone providing constructive criticism. So it's important to know the two. But I probably say that's probably the most important thing my parents installed in me.
Okay. And you tried to do that with your daughter as well?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Okay. I did see a picture on Facebook of the family reunion. She didn't look happy.
Oh man, that's how kids are always gonna be, man. We was down there in Florida, and it's hot down there in Florida, so she was hot, but she knows how my dad. Same way my dad was with me and my sister, he's like that with my daughter. So we was prepping things for like field day events. So what they was doing, the video that you seen, my dad, he was getting the watermelon ready for the watermelon eating contest. So he had her helping him prepare that and stuff and that. But you know, my daughter, she's always been a helping hand. She may not be happy about it, but she will. Like her mom, she also does stuff in the community. So her mom, you know, she helps her mom out with stuff as well. So, you know, it's like second nature to her. She don't mind helping out. You may hear her complain about it a little bit, especially if it's hot, but she'll do it. She likes being of help to people.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. And I will say about BG's dad, he made the best scrambled eggs I've ever had. And I think I'm a pretty good cook now, but I don't think I've managed to replicate what we had when we went to the Braves game. Then that lemonade too. I know it was he had like the powder stuff and he made it like that, but it was delicious.
Oh yeah, man. That's why I tell everybody, man. Like growing up, my dad cooked more than my mom. My mom cooked too, but like my dad really did most of the cooking. That man loves to cook, man.
He can throw down.
Yeah.
I think I made my mom jealous when I told her about the eggs.
See, now you know you can't do that, man. You can't tell your mom somebody eggs taste better than your eggs, mom.
I had to talk about them. It's a thing now. And I cooked some eggs. I think it was 2 days ago or yesterday. She's like, "Those look good." I was like, "Yeah, but they ain't like BG's dad's." I had that thought for real because we were going to be interviewing. It's like funny, but you still ain't top tier. I can do better.
Oh yeah, man. That man can throw down, man. In our family, all my relatives, they always asking, "Hey man, did your dad make any gumbo?" Cause he's known for his gumbo and his buttermilk pies. Those two dishes. I don't know if you ever had the buttermilk pie.
No, I've never had a buttermilk pie.
He hasn't made them in a while, but next time he make it, I'll make sure I bring you.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. Right. Well, thank you for joining us. It was good having you.
I'm
Maybe
glad
we'll
to
have
be
you
here.
back. If you ever want to come back, let me know.
Oh, most definitely. I'll be back, man.
All right. Thank you.